everyone. Director Doug here once again, and today we have a little bit of a different mini for you. We have our question and answer session with myself, Gene, and producer Steve, who's sitting in the control room. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Oh, there you go. And we have had some listeners send in questions for all of us, and we'll do our best to answer those questions. So, Gene, we all have a list here, but why don't you take us through the list, and you can start with our first question.
Okay. Yeah, we love getting questions from our listeners, and one that we get over and over again is this one. How often do we release seasons, and when can we expect a new season? I think that's a good question for producer Steve.
Oh, yeah.
So we get 4 new seasons a year, and they come out around the Thanksgiving, Christmas time is the last one of the year. But the first one of the year comes out around February through March, and then the next one through April and May, and then the final one is the end of June through July.
And that's usually
And that's our summer camp
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
That seems to be a favorite. I mean, we get a lot of response for that. People, the kids really like listening to all the other kids at summer camp. We have a lot of exciting activities there. It's a really popular season for us.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the seasons. They all kind of have a different feel. The holiday ones are fun too, but the summer camp ones, yeah, it just feels like summertime.
Well, and it's up in the mountains, Discovery Mountain. It's just a natural.
Yeah. And of course, we also have something new when there isn't a full episode. We have a mini, just like the one that you're listening to right now. Those come out every Wednesday.
Right. And our general layout is we have our season, which is 6 episodes in one story arc, generally followed by 4 minis. And then another 6 episodes for a season, then 4 minis and 6 episodes. And then in the summertime, between what I guess we would call it the 4th to 3rd season of the year, we have more minis, like 12 or 15. I forget exactly how it goes, but that's basically how the season is laid out.
Yep, exactly. Nice and predictable.
Yep.
So what's another question that you get a lot of, producer Steve, as you're reading the emails that come in?
Well, I sometimes get ones where people ask about Rich, the mud guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So, Rich, the mud guy. So was it season 10 that we did with Rich, or what was the number of it? Season 9. Okay. Producer Steve just signaled me from the control room with his number of fingers up. No, it's season 9.
I can never keep track of which number it is.
I know, the numbers all blur.
I can keep track, but that's because my boys keep me on point because they want to listen at bedtime, and they're like, oh, I want to listen to that one episode from this one season, and then I have to figure out which that is.
Oh, so you have that you're like parenting is helping you with your job. That's good. I like that.
Well, and you're also dealing with organizing all the seasons and getting the CDs produced. So you're kind of a little more on top of what season happened when. Once it gets out of my control room, out of my edit bay, boy, it's gone. And then I forget. I mean, I'm presently editing season 18. By the time people listen to this, I'll probably be working on season 20. I don't know.
You probably will be.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They just roll one into the other. But the Mud Guy season was a very fun season. We talked about creation and we had a few adventures. So yeah, I think we should definitely talk to Rich and have him join us again. What do you guys think?
Bring him back. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that would be great. The boys love the fact that he's like very energetic and they know him as the mud guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He is well known besides Discovery Mountain. So, we have people that are familiar with him, may not be familiar with Discovery Mountain. And boy, it's a way to promote both ministries, right?
Yeah.
To get him back. And he has such great information. And what a
really
wonderful
does.
actor as well. Oh,
Yeah.
he was so good to direct.
Good to direct, just easy to work with, just an all-around good guy. So, yep, I think we can pretty safely say look for more with Rich the Mud Guy in the future.
Another question we get a lot of is, will we get any episodes in Australia?
Oh, good
We
question.
have talked about this, haven't we?
Yeah. So, okay, let me test if I can remember which season it was. Was it season 15 where Jamie goes to Australia? I think it was.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so that's a good question because, of course, Jamie had that whole trip where she had that experience where she was really struggling before she got on the plane.
Mhm.
And then she went to Australia and she kind of settled there. And we haven't really revisited her to see what her life is like in Australia. But, as we're recording this mini, we're just kind of coming out of COVID-19, which is good.
Yes.
And
Yeah, thank you.
yes, which is wonderful. And, we had some big dreams and big plans for Australia, didn't we? Producer Steve
sure
and Director
did.
Doug.
Sure did.
Yeah, we had hoped that we could physically go to Australia and record some things there with our voice actors there. But, that's probably a couple years out. But I think we should do a whole storyline and see how Jamie's doing in Australia and get to know our voice actors over there a little bit better.
Well, one thing people may not know, although I think I've mentioned it in some of my Director Doug segments, is that we actually are recording in Australia. All those Australian
That's very
actors
true.
are being
Yes.
recorded in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Our production crew hasn't physically gone to Australia, but we hook up with them through a digital link to a studio there. I think it's in Brisbane.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, all of the actors you're hearing are from Australia and they're recording in Australia. So as
Yep.
a matter of fact, we kind of are in Australia.
That's
but
true. Remotely.
We haven't been
Yeah.
there physically, but our actors are recording there.
Yeah. And our listeners probably know Kylie better than our other Australian actors. And of course,
Right.
yeah, you're right. You connect Director Doug over there. What time
Yep.
is it over here
Oh,
when
dear.
you're connecting? It's evening, isn't it? And it's morning there when you record.
Yeah, and it's a scheduling nightmare because we say, okay, we'll record you Monday morning at 8:30, and so on my calendar it's Sunday evening at 7:30.
Right.
So all my calendars do not reflect when the actors are booked because they're booked for Monday, but I need to make sure I show up at the right time. So
Right. Yeah.
and the little one, Ruby and
Charlie.
now I forget the other Charlie,
Yeah,
Ruby and Charlie.
They're great.
Their family recently moved away from Australia, and the last time we recorded them was in the UK.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And
wow.
so yeah, we have people spread all over the place.
We really do.
Thanks to technology, we were able to do that.
Absolutely. The one thing about the COVID situation is it really did force us to adapt and improve how we do remote recordings. And
Absolutely.
that's been one silver lining.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's giving us greater flexibility. I mean, we record people in California, Tennessee, Washington, D.C. area, in my studio here. There's a number of other places as well. Los Angeles area.
Mhm.
So yeah, we've been all over the place with remote recordings and it's worked very well.
Yeah.
So what's another question that you guys see that just pops out at you?
On our list here.
I think one of them that we talked about before was how many actors have played more than two characters, and we had a lot of fun trying to remember all of the different characters that our actors have played, and it's quite extensive actually.
Yeah, that's a great question because it's very extensive. So let's see what we can remember.
Yeah, Tom, who plays McGee,
Mhm.
has played several actors, some of them rather unsavory.
Right.
He plays Stan, the truck driver. He plays McGee.
Mm-hmm.
He played, Heyman.
Oh, right. He
who
played
was not a
Heyman
very
in
nice guy.
season 4, the Esther story. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he played Thomas in the Boston story.
Oh, that's right. He gave us a good
yes.
accent for that one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then he's
And
also
he played Satan.
yeah.
He played Satan.
And the
Yeah.
serpent. He's, kind of a fun story on that one. We love Tom because he works right here at the Voice of Prophecy Ministry. And he's always willing to jump in and do something for Discovery Mountain. And we thought, well, we have this bad guy voice. We need the serpent and the devil. And so we auditioned, I don't know how many people, probably 10.
Several.
Yeah. And then we ended up using Tom. We're like, Tom, you're just the resident bad guy. What can we say? Yeah.
Well, actors always say it's a lot more fun to play a bad guy. And he certainly did that very well.
He
But
really
someone
did.
else on this list that played some bad guys was Steve.
Yes, Steve. So, Steve, how many characters have you played to this date?
15.
I can't believe it.
Not all of them human.
One of them is a bird.
You did both birds. Well, no, I guess one bird. Only one.
No,
bird
there's an episode
talks.
where they both talk.
Okay, so you did two birds,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah, you were Ricky.
Yeah.
And I even think you gave me the scream when I sucked you into a vacuum cleaner.
Yes, I did. You were like, yeah, do that, but do it longer.
Ah!
So what are some of the other characters you've played, Steve?
Well, of course, Peabody, Barber.
Right.
I played the gas station attendant, which was my first role.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yes.
That's where Jake's sister gets married, right? That Minnie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I played Sanballat and Tobiah.
Right. And the Bible stories.
Yep, that was the season where I got to talk to myself twice, not only in the Bible story, but in the season.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the Nehemiah
Having a conversation
season.
with yourself.
Phineas and Hophni.
You did both of them. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a very similar sound, but they were brothers, so it's passable.
Kind of worked. Yeah. Yeah. So which is your favorite character to play? I think
Peabody, because I don't have to try very hard. It's just me.
It's your
but
natural voice.
Barber is my very close second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, Madam Manager.
Love it. Oh, that's great. Yeah, and we're definitely, obviously, Peabody, the whole Peabody family is, an established part of the community at this stage. But I think the listeners really like hearing Barber, so he's going to have to show up more and more.
Oh, yeah. He'll be.
Yeah.
But we've had, over the past couple of 3 years, we've had several actors that have played multiple roles. Grant, who's Judah, has played 5.
Yeah.
Caleb, who plays Caleb, has played 5. Amanda,
Rough.
Yeah.
yeah, she's played 4.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember
Wow.
which one she's played. So she's Olivia. What else has she done? Oh, she was one of the women Air Force pilots way back. What else has she done?
Right, and she
must
was
be
the-
Bible characters. Bible characters as well.
Bible character. She's one of the women in where we had the apostles and or the disciples, and they were
Oh,
making
that's right.
stew or something, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So,
Oof.
this might be a fun thing we could do like a trivia game on sometime, because so many
Sure.
of our wonderful voice actors, we love to get them back to play Bible characters. And they are so diverse and so gifted and talented that I think it really
Mhm.
works.
oh yeah.
We have a lot more questions, and I don't think we're going to be able to get through them, but these are really, really good questions, you guys. We should do a part 2 on this in the new year. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I do have one question here, though, that I would like to answer, and that's someone asked about when and how do we listen to Jake's Take, an oddcast you can trust.
Oh, good
And,
question.
I want to make sure that people know how to get that. So, Jean, why don't you tell us how they can find that one?
Okay, so Jake's Take, that is an oddcast that is Jake in character. So it's actually Jake interviewing the characters in Discovery Mountain. And the way you can hear that is in our Discovery Mountain Club, which launched in July. And our club members are called Mountaineers. And if you want to learn more about that, just go to discoverymountain.com/club, and you can find out more about how you can be a club member. And that is where you can hear Jake's Take, only in the club. It's special. So good question, Director Doug.
And knowing it's Jake, it is an odd cast, for sure.
That's right. Well, this has been fun. I love the questions. Thanks, Producer Steve, for compiling them for us. And let's do this again in the new year. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everyone.